The prompt I answered for the paper was on secessionism in Catalonia, and my thesis is that as the separatist movement has lost traction, the most likely case for Catalan separatists and a way out of the stalemate would be not full independence, but constitutional reform to address concerns of Catalan fiscal and cultural autonomy. In the paper, I explained the main points for secessionism, the biggest of which being for fiscal independence. So many pro separatists for Catalonia have argued that Catalonia's economy is so successful that it kind of surpasses other economies of other autonomous communities and therefore should receive greater benefits. But instead, many Catalans are upset with how much Madrid takes from Catalonia in taxes without giving what they feel are equal benefits in return. And the financial crisis in 2008 was a catalyst for the secessionist movement, really lit a fire under the movement, and further brought to light all the issues that people were facing and really brought out the anger and discontent people were feeling brought on by the financial crisis and already with feeling unfair treatment as in this economy. Another argument for Catalan secessionism is that Catalonia has its own national identity. Obviously, it's not as strong an argument, but in terms of attitudes, people that are pro-separatist feel that there is their own national identity in Catalonia that would make sense for Catalonia to secede from Spain. And just shows further discontent from the Spanish government. And the two political parties that have pushed for Catalan independence the most have been the ERC and Junts, and they have demanded a referendum on Catalan secession, and if not independence, they have demanded for increased autonomous rights for Catalonia. And since the illegal referendum for Catalan independence in 2017, the movement has slowly lost traction, with Junts and ERC's presence in parliament slowly decreasing, losing seats. As for the anti-separatist side of the movement, Vox is an extremely conservative party that is strongly anti-separatist. They have been vouching for the re-centralization of Spain, which would include abolishing autonomous communities in Spain. The PSC is also anti-separatist, not as strongly anti-separatist, but opposes Catalan independence as well. They propose federalization instead as means for rapid and social economic recovery, bringing people kind of similar to Vox under more of a central government, but not as extreme as Vox. And the independence movement does face several challenges to independence. One of the biggest being that the Constitution would have to be amended, which is a very long, complicated, difficult process, which makes it somewhat poses a really big roadblock to, even if there were to get a vote, how do you go about amending the Constitution? There's also no possible dialogue in Spain. There have not been any referendums to discuss this possibility, really, which some have argued poses a big roadblock in getting independence or out of the stalemate without referendums. Further, even if Catalonia were to gain independence as its own country, it would struggle because they might not be recognized globally as a nation by other countries or by the EU, and that would present a slew of problems as well. So, in conclusion, independence seems like a very increasingly unlikely case for separatists, pro-separatists, and with the movement losing traction as it has been, as well as the challenges that face the movement, it is unlikely, but the best hope would be for constitutional reform and to grant more autonomy to Catalonia.